first opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the New York Giants. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 43 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ballgame. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Room to run again. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's a give to Barkley. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones, he dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Running left. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space. No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. Going out wide, finds Chubb. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, alert 33. Check back, 6. Hurry. Hey, alert 33. Regular. Alert.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route. I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll run with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Hey, alert 33.
Second down and goal. Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's Hall. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Meanwhile, Jones' throw caught by Tony. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To throw. Jones. Being chased out left. And Jones will hit the deck here. And he is able to pick up the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
A first down carry for Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Now Saquon Barkley. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Flush to his right. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7.
Browns 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They go play action. Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll run with Barkley. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
final play of the half. Mayfield. He's able to find Miller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have...
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by James Bradbury. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Oh, good move. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
123 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. A beautiful fake. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On first down, Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. On a jet sweep, here comes Tony.
And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. On third down, Barkley. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
Gano's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Play fake. Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown!
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to 2.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here's Hall. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hey, check back, six. Double dog, that's the way. Check. Regular.
Mayfield off the play fake. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play there on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here's Hall.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
Barkley hit and the ball pops free.
And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Jones. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And this will be a Giants 1st down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Jones throw here pulled in by Galladay. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he returns this to the 22.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Mayfield looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Second down, here's Chubb again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. The first down run with Chubb is going to go nowhere. He's, in fact, going to lose a couple.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. The
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating